Ah, yes, the apocalypse. Okay, we'll have to fucking roll the camera. Will not. Not. No, I'm just gonna put it down again. Fucking stupid autofocus, maybe? Do I need it? No. Anyway, so. Gotta go through this quick. There's a lot of stuff, by the way. Started with the challenges, I believe. Death War Cry. And so I pulled out my dad to actually drive me back home, which is apparently a difficult thing to do. Now I think it's apocalyptical thing to do. Cause I was like dying anyways. I didn't want to do a lot of things. I don't know why he decided eventually to actually give me the ticket. If he actually gives me the ticket today. Which is again questionable. Anything can happen, but like I fucking hate every anything can happen moments when somebody is just waiting for me to become savage. And savage means salvage. You're looking for scraps and not actually having life anymore. You gave up on life that you had to go through, right? Your destination can change, but your life doesn't change. So it's very likely that I am going to be hunted down or be starting to hunt for scraps. Uh, my destination is very clear, right? I'm going home. I'm changing my environment. I'm cutting off internet. Quite cutting off. Now, I will still be able to make and upload videos. Everything is fine. Probably gonna just jump into library and find a hotspot or somewhere else find a hotspot. For Wi-Fi, it shouldn't be that difficult, really. But every interaction, human interaction, is now 10 times more complicated than I thought, because all my friends were living certain types of lives that I had to decode a very difficult way. You know, it's almost like hunting down stars, because you have to eventually piece together the bridges, and the stars are constantly moving away from each other. It's like, even though we're here, right, we can talk to another person, they're not here, just moving away from you. The speed of growth, which is insanity, basically, if you're not trying to actually piece together bridges. So all I'm really doing, is just collecting a bunch of Lego pieces and be like, I have all the Lego pieces. If you want to build bridges, just call me, right? I'm gonna be available. Now, I will not exactly scream at everyone, because that would be fucking stupid. I'm just gonna wait with all the Lego pieces, make sure that people sort of understand what I'm capable of, right? That is all I need to do. And I don't think I will like be destroyed completely in life, because life is sort of that, right? It doesn't destroy you. It makes sure that you consent to self-destruction quite deeply, right? There's nothing disturbing you, nothing actually is going on. I think that's what life is. It's somewhat fair. It is somewhat fair because it's full of choices all over the place, right? And if you're smart enough to, well, see what those choices even are, because seeing choices requires knowledge and generating passion, understanding what passion even is. The more you generate, the harder it gets. But at the same time, I probably had a lowest point in my life. I probably had it. I just didn't really like felt it for what it is. And every single time I feel it, it's not the lowest part of my life. It's just at any point I can just bump into some fucking idiot who thinks that he's way better than me, right? And right now there's a lot of those. Okay, there's a lot of those. But right now it feels like the forest has been cleared and the only people that I had to deal with are the jokers. So the last challenge that I did, well, coming from challenge 10, or actually 9, I started dealing with the jokers. And I probably made a video about it already a couple of times. One is the bat, another one is the cat, one is the person with a lot of faces that's trying to suck blood of the people that he already knows. That's a vampire, right? He's sucking blood that he knows how to sort of decode and sort of put together for himself. Right? So if a vampire knows a person, he knows the weaknesses of that person, so he's capable of actually removing those weaknesses and purifying the blood. But at the same time, he is, well, and the way your blood is sucked is by communication, by taking your resources, by not giving you resources, by giving you pain in exchange for anything that good that comes out of your mouth or your being in general. So he's gonna give you trash, and he's gonna recycle that trash into you, and take whatever you can. I have successfully, well, killed a vampire at this point, but it's like, it's fucking annoying because it's like, it's a human being, right? And now I would think a human being is now something worth respect and everything, but no. It's not always the case. Sometimes the environment is just wrong, and you can't help it. You just can't help it. You can only generate knowledge and hope that the person figures out what the fuck is wrong with him, because you've done nothing wrong. You just generated knowledge, right? As long as you're generating knowledge, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing, because you're always going to be doing the smartest thing possible, right? However, obviously, at some point you choose certain things. At some point you get choices. But you only get choices when you actually get resources and responsibility. You do not have choices when you're going down the roller coaster, right? The only choice you have is to either suck it up or scream, right? These are the two choices you have. And that's congratulations. You don't have to think much. You just have to collect whatever is happening in your life, put it together as efficiently as possible, and the rest will come together automatically. And the voices in my head sort of tell me stuff, but now I'm sort of like controlling them to the point where like I'm probably just still thinking. I feel like I'm still thinking on my own, right? So as long as I have this responsibility, I'm not actually taking any responsibility. Right? I'm not actually going insane. So as long as you can handle the speed, it's fine. And the speed, again, tries to hide itself, basically. Tries to give you the ego that, yes, you're totally in control of your life and whatever. That sort of stuff. But the voices, they're there. They're there to manipulate your emotions. Just enough so you would at least know what to do next or how to react to your own way of thinking, right? Because everything you say to yourself always generates some kind of emotion. And if you start blocking things, it's kind of over. You're starting to make a choice. You're starting to make a responsibility to block something that you're not really supposed to, which is life. It's so complicated, so deep. But this is where I am. How do you survive double Joker insanity? The multiple cases do in fact show up where vampires and werewolves, which I now call calm bears. I call them calm bears. Werewolves are a bit too difficult to actually write down and talk about, or you can just call it cats and bats, the easiest thing ever. And in fact, well, they are just ABC basically. which you have to learn, like super basics. So you do get out of this situation first and foremost. It's almost like pre-built already. Once you start seeing programming of the entire world, that's when you're in the matrix. And I did not start it the moment I made my first matrix video. It's like, what the fuck? Matrix is matrixing itself. It's redefining itself over and over again. But now I'm sort of reinventing language, creating this spaceship that is not exactly a spaceship. It's just, oh hey, come to my Discord. Nobody would come to my Discord. Why would nobody come to my Discord? Well, nobody presses links anymore because links are, well, forests, right? You never know what you're gonna get. People think it's scams. People think they will not be taken care of. People think they will be rejected. People think it's not valuable for them because the internet is totally open and totally honest with them, which is absolute garbage. Garbage thinking. Internet stabbed me in the back a bunch of times, and it's really hard to handle. And whatever else you find fucking value, it's probably just old friends that really have no reason to actually. Old friends in both cases, that's what cats and bats do. Cats just find friends, new friends, right? Because they don't really keep track of friends in general, but they keep track of how to get friends, right? They keep track of principles, while the bats, the vampires, actually keep track of everyone, right? Everyone around them, and most importantly, the old ones, the old people that they know, right? That they can interact to a certain degree, but they always interact secondary. They never do it first. They always want to be invited. It's just so stupid. Just the most fucking stupid shit when you see it repeated so many times. You just want to see a black-eyed child or a vampire just staring at you, being in its full form, and you just punch them in the face. And you're like, police is not gonna save you because, like, look at you. You're a fucking vampire. Look at you. Pikachu, motherfucker. I don't need to be a Detective Pikachu to actually Pikachu and shock you with a fistful of face in your face. Anyways. Anyways. So we invent combears, community destroyers, by the way. It's like, I know the principles of how to make friends, but I will never actually give those principles or, well, give friends myself, right? That's what cats do. They just keep friends for themselves. Vampires keep all the resources for themselves. Cats are actually quite generous, but they require, you have to wish for something, and you have to tell exactly what you're going to do with all these items that you want. And sometimes it's like, oh, it's too expensive, and cats always do that because they want friends. It's just so stupid. It's just such a fucking Santa versus Satan, or NASA, I think. It's the new Satan's name is NASA, because Satan is so stupid. He just anagrammed his name. I'm fucking stupid shit in the world right now. What the fuck, right? Hey, Pewds. Have you died yet? Has this pie died yet? No, he didn't. Because he's actually in control of UK. UK is okay. That's the hidden part of the UK in the first place. Is that it's actually O. It's not United Kingdom. It's just O Kingdom. Oh, Kingdom. Because you're supposed to be shocked of how zombie village this is. I literally just found cupcakes lying on the street. I took them out and I ate them because I'm fucking hungry. I lost my job. I lost everything. I'm not gonna fight for it because it's slavery, and it's sort of meant to be that way. It's just built that way. It's like, here you go, some slavery, or you can leave. in the right moment if you're smart enough. It's just very fucking well crafted scam. But from my perspective, obviously, again, everyone can just be like, ah, it's your perspective. But the moment you open your heart, it's a completely new resource. It's a completely new resource that is absolutely uncontrollable and unfeedable. The moment you feed the system with your slavery, and the only fucking places that I could feed it with is just abysmal. It's unworkable. Finding work is rocket science, and interacting with human beings is rocket science, and doing both at the same time is rocket science trying to catch up with rockets and defeating rockets with rockets, while doing rocket science within those rockets, because the enemy rockets also releasing rockets, because that's how rocket science kind of works. But science doesn't actually work, so you at some point you just kind of give up and just say haha at some point, because you know they're gonna just explode for having a too little rocket, or just losing fuel, or just being fucking fake in the first place. So I am up there, but nobody actually realizes that I'm up there. So every celebrity is like, what the fuck is happening at this point? They should be asking this question. And if they're not asking this question, they're starting to troll themselves, basically. They're trolling themselves. They're just rolling from the mountain right now, which is melting, right? And soon the lava will come out. I don't know if that's gonna be literal because I just call her lava, but why not? Why the fuck not? I don't know her. This is my new flag. Pretty cool, huh? This means the first column is fast stuff. The third column is slow stuff. Very hard to generate lemons, by the way. Probably should be hard to generate pears, but whatever. I can always change them to melons. I don't know. Melanate. I love that shit. And then cherry on top is like the super awesome resource, but the real resource you get is like apple. Hey, grapple. That's the new meme, by the way. Second to the zoo level meme. No, it's actually the first. Zoo level is it's its own meme, basically, because zoo level is a meme about zoo levels, which is a lot of them, which is crazy. Okay, it's a new word for insanity, or replacement for insanity. Zoo level. Anyways, definition of selfless, of how you have to learn how to hunt, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah. It's annoying. What is this? Why am I fighting so hard? Where am I? It's fucking insane, right? Another insane thing I realize is that weather is controlled by people. You literally control weather by doing anything. Generating emotion. It's exactly the same. Because as I connect to what is power, the biggest power generator is sun. But how can you generate power? You just sit down and you generate power, generate heat, right? You ate earth and you generate heat. Where's the earth come from? I don't know, it just grows out of nowhere. Don't ask me that question. All I know is that you can actually call upon the weathers, and the fact that, talking about the weather doesn't feel like exactly a useless topic, and going to the gym doesn't actually feel like the most useless thing you can do in life, because it should feel like that. Your body should be able to adapt to whatever you're doing. It doesn't fucking matter, right? So what actually matters is just not a muscle. It's the fact that you're growing something. It's the purpose, right? So the intention goes up there, into the heavens or whatever and creates a weather. Whether you, again, whether you like it or not, uh, what do you like, right? Did you ask for something you like, or you just call upon weather at random? That will determine whether you're gonna get, well, luckier or not. I don't know how it's done. I just know that it's done. For example, when you put wind turbines, the things that's spinning, the windmills or whatever, turbines is the ones that generate electricity. You're actually creating gravity. This is what creates gravity. If you stop wind, if every movement is captured, because movement is wind, right? So if people move in the gym, they generate wind. It's like a totally natural thing to actually think like that, right? So if you create turbines that capture wind energy, you're actually creating gravity. That's what creates gravity. That's what energy even is. Gravity. It's so weird. And gravity is simply, again, density, and depending on how difficult it is to move in general in space. That's it. Your life has been flattened, hopefully. NASA turned into a pancake, and it's coming down really quickly because rocket science is garbage in all cases, in job, in interaction with humans, and science. In all three cases, it's garbage. The red potion gives you health. Yeah. The green potion gives you stamina, and the blue potion gives you magicka, right? But you gotta test it first. Yeah. Have you tested science? Have you tested friendships? And have you tested trying to find a job when you shouldn't really find the job? The job should find you. You're the one with the talent. So you should have never left school in the first place. I was thinking about it and I'm like, wait, why did I left school? I didn't got a job offer. I just got an offer for a better school, which I didn't need. Actually, they wanted to get to know with my teachers better. I didn't want to leave school. It was a torture to leave school. And I'm like, oh shit, that's it, game over, right? The end game is over. I did it, but who's gonna get the viral queue? Fuck you. I'm still better than you. By the time you're done with your fucking video, you're gonna be sucking my dick. So get the fuck out of here before I come into just you get it.